afternoon, everyone. Well, I think I should let my nerves calm down for a second. I wasn't expecting that, so it's an extreme honour to be here this afternoon. It's fantastic to see all your faces today. Thank you very much for all the other finalists. So, His Excellency, Mr. Malcolm McCusker, Governor of WA, Honourable Colin Barnett, the Woodley Bishop, and Mr. Ben White, and Dr. Robert Isaacs, Chairman of the Australia Day Council, and of course my fellow finalists and invited guests. I'm incredibly humbled to be named as our state finalist for Young Australian of the Year. This is the absolute pinnacle for anyone aged under 30. I'd really like to acknowledge the support and love of both my parents who are here today and my close friend Kate Peters and Aunt Adam, for whom I owe this nomination. I'd like to also thank all the communities and people I've worked with in the Pilbara, but also my hometown moment of Derby and the West Shire, West Kimberley. Today you've heard a small portion of my story. You've heard how I've become an activist for our underserved Indigenous, cold and chronic disease populations. But my goal in life, as I've realised over the last few years, is to create healthy communities, and I really will strive to go forward with this from here. As I listen to the stories, as I cast my eyes around this room, of this wonderful group of state finalists, I'm really proud of the depth and the diversity of achievements of West Australians. As a junior doctor who was once the intern of Prof. Robinson in the front here, I see every day the importance of the socio-economic, physical and financial health of West Australians. From Ashley Harrison's suicide awareness campaign, Lewis's fantasy leadership, to Michael Shelbrick's End of Polio initiative, it is so clear to me, and it should be so clear to you as well, that young West Australians are the local, national and global leaders in health, as understood by the World Health Organization, not just the absence of disease. As West Australians, we are geographically and perhaps sometimes culturally isolated, but I believe it's this isolation that drives passion and drives innovation. I'm so proud to be awarded alongside my fellow candidates. However, I think there is still some work to be done. Last week I was completing a flying clinic in a place of 9 hours drive from Derby, and as we're driving from the airport into town, we noticed a young boy limping along the side of the road. His shorts were falling off because he was so thin. We got him into the car and he couldn't sit down because he had pus-filled abscesses on his bottom because of scabies that were so painful. Turns out that his dad nearly died of a heart attack a month earlier and had to be airlifted down to Perth. His mum and his siblings were all out of town of Derby where we were, and his aunt had 6 kids of her own and her own social problems that couldn't deal with him. So this child, in today's day and age, to now state, was homeless, malnourished, and had an education disadvantage, and I feel this is going to stick with him for the rest of his life. So today, I would like us to think about the words inequality and how it relates to the Australia of 2013. By definition, inequality is a difference between two or more people. Inequality is unfair. Inequality is systematic, and inequality is preventable. A 2008 article in Lancet, which is the peak medical literature of Australia, examined the effects of personal, philanthropic and state support in terms of social programs on infant mortality rates in children in the developed countries across the world. The conclusion was that social initiatives have a direct effect on reducing the death rate in children, and economic development does not. However, when comparing the expenditure of the top 18 countries in the world, there was one outlier, and that was Australia. Unfortunately, the Australian government spending on social generosity was only on par with the US and far below that of Norway and Sweden. However, for some unexplained reason, the researchers, the infant mortality rate in Australia was the lowest or equal lowest in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe the initiatives that we are all championing today, the commitments and the efforts of our nominees explains this difference. So I'd like to thank and congratulate you for creating a bright future for Australians. Please continue to fight for inequality, remembering that it's unfair, it's systematic, and it is preventable. I challenge the youth of Australia to make eradicating inequality our priority so that in 10 years' time we won't see homeless, malnourished, educationally delayed children in our remote, regional and urban areas.